Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Ready?
I'm syncing it. All right. Welcome to the Gleaners Club, man.
Stop!
All right, fine. You can take over, man.
Yo, what up? It's the Gleaners Club. We here. My name is Rasai. I'm here with
Corey.
Cosmo.
Hero.
Jaylene.
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 Guys, we had a Jaylene in the group.
That sounds so Asian. Jaylene!
Jaylene,
Jaylene, come here.
take 2 chopsticks and shove up your ass.
Oh. Sounds like Jaylene's night.
So,
yeah, like that.
This is gay.
for this episode, we're gonna start off with. Hey, let them know about the Gleaners, the background of the Gleaners.
Yeah, we should probably give you guys some information on that.
First episode.
Yeah. So basically, a gleaner is Go.
Like it sounds like a weird name, but there's a pretty cool meaning to it.
Yeah.
There's an actual meaning behind it.
Yeah.
So I got the name from this painting called The Gleaners. Like, if you guys see the painting, it's basically it represents the working class, like it's people working in the field. So I just really thought that resonated with us. You know, like we're not a bunch of rich kids. Like we didn't come from that, but you know.
Except Cosmo.
That's crazy.
But we still have a lot to show for it, you know. So, and then the word glean means to extract from various sources, and so you guys are pretty much getting different points of view from various sources. You know, you're getting a lot of information from different people.
And not only is it information coming from us as the club itself, but you know, as time moves on, we're gonna have individuals come on as guests and give us their insight on certain topics and stuff like that. So
That's a gleaner, and the gleaner part came from me, but the club part is actually from Jalen.
Oh, stop.
So Jalen, tell them how you came up with it.
an intellectual.
I basically was driving by one of the strip clubs. Oh, wait, I don't drive. I was walking by one of the strip clubs, and I was like, strip club, Gleaners Club. Oh, shit.
A genius.
The Gleaners
Wow.
Club. And then it
What
started
the
just like that, bro.
This man's wild. Now, how did you really get the name?
I was just thinking about a YouTube name. Before I changed it to just Jalen Flowers, it's gonna be like Adult Club or Film Club, some crap like that. And now it's the Gleaners Club. When these has-beens took it.
They took it from me.
Your baby.
Yeah, we wanted a podcast where we could like basically talk about like fashion, art, the culture, pretty much in summary.
Have fun with it.
Let's not forget the movies.
The movies too.
All of them.
And
No.
as you can
No,
see,
not
we
all.
have video now.
The good ones.
Hopefully this is recording. If not, Jalen will be dead. But,
After
It
the
was definitely
100th
recording
run
last
for
time.
today.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so I guess first topic is my uncle.
Your uncle.
My uncle, yeah.
Your uncle, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
that's my daddy. Daddy Ye. Since I'm not the biggest fan.
So niggas is really out
Since I'm not
here.
the biggest fan of Ye, we gotta talk.
Kinda
So-
wouldn't claim him. I wouldn't claim him either. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the album?
It's getting real Drake in here.
Which album?
Yay.
No, I mean like the Kids See Ghosts album. 'Cause
No,
it recently
yay.
came out.
It's the album.
let's start
called
with
Yay.
Let's talk with Ye before we get into Kids See Ghosts.
Or should we talk about
Yeah.
ASAP's first?
Fuck
Because
ASAP.
like that's
No, fuck ASAP. We gotta get to the
Why
bigger
would-
artists first. Please.
okay. All right, yeah.
So-
Let's talk about. We'll talk about.
Please just go in order of what I said.
All right, yeah.
What a guy.
Alright, so
Rebels.
Rasai start us off.
All right,
What
so,
do you think of the album as a whole?
Everybody has listened to it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Cosmo,
Yep.
I thought about killing you. Yo, that track was like.
It,
It's not that
It
good.
was.
Hold on.
No. I'm saying like listening to the beginning is just like, whoa, like this man's really gonna take this much time telling me about how much he likes himself, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, like that just threw me off. I was like, is this necessary? But when you listen to the end of the song, it's almost like, okay, I guess I can tolerate it to a certain degree.
Cosmo, your thoughts?
Me personally, I don't even like the end of that song that much. To go through and listen to that, like, all right, like, I can't add that to a playlist.
Yeah.
And every time it comes on, I have to I thought about killing you today. like every time.
Yeah.
Like I would need to edit it myself and just like chop it to where he starts rapping. But I get it. It's the intro.
Yeah.
But me personally,
Yeah.
every time like Kanye raps on these like I didn't alright, like when he was like young nigga we don't want it, like it sounds like off. Like it doesn't sound like on beat and it doesn't sound like clean coming from him to me personally. Cause it's like whenever he tries to rap on these new type of trap beats, I guess you would call it, it sounds like he could have recorded it more to make it sound a little cleaner.
So it almost sounds
Forced and unfinished. Like this whole like when I compare like even the production, like the production's good, but when I compare the production to The Life of Pablo, it's the production is like way better on The Life. Even though me personally I like Ye a little, I don't know, like I like the whole ambiance of it, but like the production is way more up there.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that. I like that's what I was saying the other day. Like, do you guys feel like this album was kind of rushed because he was still trying to keep up with? Because he just came out with the slavery was a choice thing, so he's like, I gotta drop this while I can, to get that publicity.
He did say that he did some changes after that interview.
Yeah.
He was finishing. He was.
I think he finished it like that day on the plane.
Yeah.
And you do remember Charlemagne did an interview with Ye, and he also mentioned after this album dropped, he mentioned that a lot of the songs that Kanye showed him during that time period that he did the interview wasn't on the actual album.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure he changed a lot of
Because
songs.
we never heard remember when he went to TMZ
Yeah,
and did that song? We never heard that song.
exactly. So I'm assuming he's saving it for another drop.
He did a song at TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He like performed like a little. It was bad, because like I said, Kanye, like you can tell that his first strength is not rapping, because he wasn't really totally on beat at first. But like when it was this part where he was like hopped off the Amistad, like that shit, like the slave boat or whatever. It was good.
I don't know. I like his original way of rapping, although I do think that people, like, he is a person and he has the choice of wanting to change or not, But like the question that I have is like because I remember he was talking about how he feels like he's an artist and stuff like that. So mentally I kind of compared that to actual painting, right? Like his songs.
Yeah.
So like, do you think like some of his tracks are like you think of it as like an abstract painting? Like some of them are just like his feelings, like he's not trying to put it together in like this story. Cause like you think of like his last albums, right? Like even Saint Pablo, the sampling on that on certain songs, like No More Parties in LA is my favorite song from that whole album. But the sampling in that just goes off. It was almost like a story you feel, but this one it was more like just his feelings, like whatever, Maybe that's why it doesn't sound so put together like you were saying.
Yeah, because the whole thing is that I Love Being Bipolar is whatever on the cover, and I thought like, okay, it's gonna be like, I went into it, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be not as super refined like as he usually does it, because he's trying to have that bipolar feel, and he does that for like every single album. I feel like it's always like him like his feelings and everything, like 808s,
In the moment.
My Dark Twisted Fantasy, Yeezus.
And this album wasn't really cohesive either, like The Life of Pablo was.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like he's all over the place. Like sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's really like. That's to show his bipolarness.
Yo, that song All Mine.
I fucking hate that shit.
Yo, Yo, that shit right there.
What kills me is the production. The beat is so bad to me. It's so bad.
It's one of those trap beats.
I hate that beat so much.
No,
My
speaking
chest.
of trap beats, like, y'all honest opinion, who all here likes Yikes?
I don't
Bro,
like
Yikes is hard, bro.
Well,
The flow is just too
exactly.
contagious, bro.
Jalen's the only one?
I don't like that shit.
But listen, on every album, you're gonna have to have a track like that. Like the
You
beat
don't
in that,
have to.
But it's like the whole album. It'll be like mellow though. You feel like
That's
it's
okay.
like I think he just wanted a track like, like for like for instance, Tyler the Creator's album, Boredom is like that hype track.
Yeah, but it's not a drop song.
No, I wouldn't say boredom. It's the other song, I Ain't Got Time. That's more like hype.
Yeah.
I think
But
the
even-
hypest song.
Okay, I say Who That Boy is probably the hypest song, but even that
Yeah,
is.
that's true, yeah.
But even that is not really like.
Trap.
It doesn't sound like
I mean,
Yikes.
not trap, but I mean just like a beat that gets you hyped. Like I feel like a lot of them feel like you at least have to have that one song.
But I feel like
cause these other songs, do you really feel like they will put that on in the club?
yeah, but
like-
he doesn't. Why
He
is
doesn't make
rap?
songs for the club.
Yeah, like why is rap the
But
only
they will
genre?
put it on.
Rap is the. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good.
Rap is the only genre where like you have to have a song for the club, but you don't. Like you never saw the Beatles like, oh, I have to have a song for this shit, because it doesn't matter what song they made. That shit was on the radio, and Kanye could do that, bro. Like fucking Father Stretch My Hands. That shit was not no damn trap song, but that shit was playing every damn hour.
That shit was hard.
Beautiful money. That shit was always on the radio. So
But like the rap nowadays.
Cuddy snaps.
Oh wow.
we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Well, yeah, but it's like the rap nowadays, like the albums that people are putting out, it's kind of like it's giving me that feeling like all of them are like feel like they at least have to have that one, because like even Tyler in his interview, he was talking about how like he was in the club and when they finally put that song on, he was like, yo, this is crazy, like they're actually dancing to my song,
But at the
Like,
same time, they put on Glitter.
yeah.
And that song is not no damn trap song. Fireworks.
But
Like,
well,
it's-
forget about trap, but I mean just like a song that will get you
Okay, yeah.
hype,
I see you. I see you. I
Like
see
a
what you're
hit.
saying.
Those singles that Tyler released,
Oh, the rap song.
the rap song.
He said it was like-
videos,
he
side
said
by
it-
side.
oh,
That's
on
more
that.
trap. That's more.
Oh, yeah. He said he's starting to get into that. We'll talk about Tyler a little later.
Yeah.
So overall of Gay, from everyone, out of 10, what would you give this? And keep in mind his other projects also.
I'll give it a solid 6.5, 7.
Yeah, I'm around
Do you
there.
have to like compare it to other albums? Like I would just review it like individually.
Yeah, I don't want to have the other albums.
Even still, just
Yeah,
give your
Like your
basic
level
rating.
of enjoyment was 6 out of 7.
Just like
Because that's how I base my albums. Like, did I enjoy it?
You said
my
6
level
or
of-
7?
No, I'm saying for you, you said 6 out of 7, right?
It's like
No, I
intro-
said 6.5 to 7.
and that's
Okay.
not comparing it to the other albums, right?
No, that's just the overall rating that I give it.
Okay, what about you, Cosmo?
I'll give it a average. I'll give it 5. 5 average.
I give it like an 8 because like
What?
from
Hear me
All
out. Hear me out.
Mine, Wouldn't Leave, like everything besides Yikes is really good.
Oh,
Like the songs are really good.
I gotta disagree, my guy.
I'm not really like a big Kanye guy, but those songs are pretty cool.
But what is it about it
I kind of agree.
that? What is it about it that really made you?
The production,
say
and then there's also the hooks and like the story about it, especially like Ghost Town and Violent Crimes.
Those are the only
No
songs.
mistakes.
this? Yeah,
Like,
Ghost
that's
Town, No Mistakes,
on there.
and Violent Crimes. I mean, and I like Yikes too. Those are the ones that I really like. I didn't like. I thought about Killing You towards the end because it picked up, but it's like that intro was way too long.
Especially for a 7-song project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something that you can really, with it being your introductory song, you can't really take those well, I mean, it's Kanye, so
Yeah.
obviously people are going to listen, but
Yeah.
usually you wouldn't want to take that type of risk
Yeah.
in prolonging, just catching somebody's attention.
Exactly, because when I was first listening to it, I'm like, okay, when the beat gonna drop? Okay, I thought about Killing You. I'm like, okay.
Hi, bro, I hear you, bro.
Right,
You wanted
like-
to kill me.
And when the beat dropped, it wasn't even like.
What would you rate it, Corey?
I would give it a solid 6.
I'm gonna have to go with a 9, boy. There's only one song I really don't like on there, and it's Think About Killing You.
You know
Other
what
than that,
Jalen's
the
doing?
It's good though. Like I'm not. And this is me not comparing it to anything else. This is me like, do I enjoy it? And it's like, yeah.
So what do you give it?
7? So,
So what do you give it if you compared it to something all his other shit?
Graduation.
Better not
probably
be
like a
nothing
7.
A 7? What would you?
compared to
A little above average.
So what
Yeah,
would you?
because Graduation and them are they're up there.
Makes
Where,
sense.
where do you guys see this album in this discography?
Yeah. Where would you put it? Ranking.
Late Registration, My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That could be. That
Oh, you're shot the hell out.
I know,
That-
right?
This will cause like a whole other. That we could save this topic like actually
Yeah.
ranking them, but like where do you see it? Like in the bottom half or in the top half?
I'd say it's not in the middle, but not at the top. So it's like in between the middle and the top.
Yeah.
So the top
I would say the top
Yeah,
half.
the
Yeah.
top half.
I say dead in the middle. I don't know.
Put it at the
Because
bottom.
it hits, maybe not even the top, maybe almost to the top half.
Because it's like such a short album. Like,
That's what I was saying, but then it was like,
But I don't
I'll
know.
probably stick it in the middle.
but then you also have to keep in mind that he's doing collabs with other people, you know, with other albums.
Yeah.
So he was like, maybe that's all he wanted for that, and because you know, Ghost Town Part 2 is on Cuddy's album, so it's almost like these albums are a part of this whole. You know?
yeah.
Did he
That's what I
say,
heard with theory.
because I know
He said
The
why
Life
he-
of Pablo was supposed to be called Swish
Yeah.
before, but he changed the name. Was Ye supposed to be the TurboGrafx 16 thing? Or is
Yeah.
that a different
Yeah.
project? Yeah?
Yeah.
No. Actually, it was supposed to be a different project that was gonna release in that summer 2016, but he didn't. He scrapped it, and this is his own thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
TurboGrafx was like before the meltdown.
Yeah.
I think after he had that meltdown, he just changed everything about what he was gonna release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, so let's talk about Kids See Ghost.
Do they?
The
Do
collab
they really
album.
see ghosts?
I think so, man.
The
He's
best thing
definitely
about
seen
that,
Enzo, do you see Ghost?
the best thing about that album is the album cover. Okay.
Oh,
Of
No.
course, my dog Takashi Murakami.
No, I'm kidding. Nah, but it was the only songs that I really liked was Fourth
Fourth
Dimension
Dimension. I knew it.
and Kid Seagulls. That's it.
I like Fourth Dimension. Kids See Ghosts. I like.
Reborn's pretty
I'm not gonna lie. I like Feel the Love. The intro track.
It was kind of chill.
I like that.
I felt like, I don't know, like, I felt like Kanye was just trolling again with the rah, rah, rah thing. Like, what the fuck was that?
I just feel like it adds so much more. to the song,
I don't think he's trolling. I
meme
just
right
feel
there.
like he's gotten to a place in his music career where like he's not really conforming to like a base model for a song. You
But
know,
that whole-
like especially with the Yeezus thing, I think it started with Yeezus, where he started experimenting a lot with like, you know, going beyond, you know, the normal rap song or the normal, you know, radio hit. So, you know, Yeezus, then there was The Life of Pablo. I mean, I think he started experimenting like way off the table, but with
Yeah, this
He's
is
always
like,
done that, though.
This is considered more like experimental hip hop.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I was saying about like that, you know, like the abstract and everything, you know. Because maybe his earlier stuff, maybe I like it so much is because I'm into earlier rap, and he was influenced by earlier rap because he was younger at that time. So you know, whatever you put out, you're influenced by it. So it's like now that he's getting older, he's kind of trying to branch off and do his own thing, or at least that's what I'm getting, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just really like how experimental and I just love the sound of Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah.
Like there's some points that's why I'm still deciding myself is Ye better than Kids See Ghosts or is Kids See Ghosts better than Ye? Like I'm still on that.
I would,
Yeah,
I would say yeah, it's better.
That's no
'Cause-
question asked.
I'm
I
just,
feel-
I'm just still deciding.
Ye and Cudi, they both have their own unique.
Yeah.
Like at this point in time, they both have their own unique style. And combining those, I just don't know how I feel about it because Cudi has his, you know, very intergalactic, you know, just
Well,
very.
they have done songs before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
clearly, but this is an entire project of just
Like the song Reborn sound very similar to like The Pursuit of Happiness, like
Yeah.
that era of Kid Cudi.
And that song is hard.
But it's like I don't know. When I hear Kid Cudi, I almost get like that tribal like voice for some reason. Like when they're humming or something like that, you know. I always got that for some reason.
I feel like Cudi kind of embraces his very like either mellow or like sad emotional response, and then Kanye is just like raw emotional response. Like anything can come out of it, especially with a lot of the stuff that's going on in his life now that I know of. It's like, all right, it's really intense.
Yeah.
Didn't Cudi like pioneer like the whole emotional part of rap, like something like that?
For the
Was it
most part,
something
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that?
Pretty
That
much,
we
yeah.
We're talking about Cudi before.
Because Day and Night was like a smash hit, and that shit was
yeah.
talking about his feelings. Like he wasn't talking about bitches. Well, he kind of was, but like
Kind
it
of,
was
but
it was
wasn't
mainly
like on some you know, bitches, drugs, money type shit. It was just like bitches, hurt, relationships type stuff.
do you guys think is like with the whole emotional rap? Like, who do you guys think is like up there with the Kid Cudis as of now?
With Kid
Frankie?
Cudi? Yeah, Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
But he's not really emotional
yeah,
rap.
He has to be a rapper, guys.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh,
Yeah,
rapper?
There's not that many like rappers that I can think of right
I mean,
now.
you could say Tyler, like in his album.
I would say
But-
Tyler.
What kind of emotions are you talking about? Like more like very the softer side of it?
Melancholic.
Yeah, I guess Tyler.
I think Mac Miller had a nice album.
Yeah, but
The Divine one?
Divine Feminine. That right
Yeah.
there, I think is a really nice album.
I mean like cohesively melancholic, sad rap type of music.
Like just most of the time.
Yeah, most of the
That's
time.
what
Because
they're
most of
known
the time,
for?
like Tyler Creator is
Um,
pretty.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, Tyler Creator started off with like really hype, in your face.
Nah, but even Bastard was like most of the songs on there was talking about how depressed he was and how like his dad left him and how he wanted like how sexually frustrated he was. Like most of the
That,
songs.
but I feel like the way he executed it, it didn't really seem too sensitive towards towards those topics. It was more of like him expressing it in a raw, aggressive way.
Yeah,
rather
but
than-
then you hear She.
yeah,
and it's like-
okay, yeah, that right
He's
there.
very- It's
We're
like mad
forgetting
emotion.
about Drake now.
Oh
Drake
yeah,
can get pretty emotional too.
he can.
I don't know if
But
I'm-
Drake don't write his
certain
shit.
albums that
Yeah, I don't know.
really
That
love.
L from
You
that
know-
L he took, bro.
I just realized
Yeah, that's true.
a friend of mine told me he was explaining to me a lot of people listen to Drake because they want to get into their feelings,
Yeah.
but even if you think about the album Take Care, that's literally Drake talking about not needing these females. He's moving on with that shit. He's not sad about it. He's getting over it.
Yeah.
So when I think of it, I'm like, damn, why are people are listening to this shit for the wrong reason?
And he dropped views.
Well,
Me personally, I don't think Views is that bad. I think it's
No,
fine.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good album.
Like when
that
you
was a
say
lot of
like,
songs.
when you say emotional, sad, rap, instead of without the melancholy part, I think of Earl Sweatshirt, his.
True. I think of him
like-
too.
Like the Doris and I Don't Like Shit. Those are very depressing albums. They're very cohesive.
I think he's the top because
Yeah.
he's mad consistent and he still comes with the bars and he still produces everything. He has beautiful songs and then he has rap, straight up bars.
Yeah, I listened to that shit on the daily Lil album.
Yeah.
You listen to
I think
it.
Is there
Yeah.
something you gotta tell us?
Well, it's just really good. I think he's very underrated. That's another topic we could talk about.
Oh yeah, Earl.
Underrated rappers.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't know, but it depends on the type of rapper. There are more. I feel like there are more people that listen to mainstream rap than it is people that actually.
Well, I mean, that's why they call it mainstream rap.
Yeah, which no, but I mean us, we adventure, to different
Oh,
types
yeah,
of
yeah.
movie genres. We don't just
Yeah,
go
there's-
to what's considered mainstream, And Earl definitely isn't mainstream. He's still widely known, but he's not mainstream.
I mean, but I think everybody's taste in music is just a reflection of other things that are associated with their life. Like us, we're artists, so obviously we're gonna venture off into different things and give certain things a couple listens and get into unique stuff. But somebody that's going to school for business and they work full-time job at somewhere they don't like to work at and they have to go home and deal with a bunch of bull, like they're gonna listen to a lot of the mainstream stuff just to
More for the feeling,
Exactly.
just to make them feel better.
Yeah.
We look at it like it's an art form.
I feel like it has to do also how you grew up.
Yeah.
Like if you grew up listening to a certain type of music, most people in the general consensus grew up with their mom or dad playing radio music when they were younger. But a person like me, I grew up with my dad playing like Hispanic music, but then my mom would be playing dance hall
yeah.
and shit like that. My mom would put me onto Itzarani, Vibes Cartel, Gully, all that shit. But my dad was some other shit that I could not really understand.
You just listen to it because that's what you had.
But most of the time most Jamaican people, they listen to everything. Like you can hear like they remix like Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah.
Like still like today, they'll like take the instrumental from a Jackson 5 song and just put like their whole dancehall spin on it. You know. So I think it's the upbringing. If you're brought up to listen to generic shit, you're most likely gonna continue listening to generic shit unless you have someone like a Gleaner to influence you to listen to different shit. Like a lot of people, Tyler Creator was that person who was telling them to like don't listen to only fucking rap, you know? Listen to Stevie Wonder, listen to all these other artists that are so great, but people just don't know why they're great because niggas don't listen. They just hear, oh, Stevie Wonder is one of the greatest artists, so they just believe he's one of the greatest artists without actually checking it out.
They don't understand why.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, next topic we could talk about. We didn't mention this before, but we could talk about Lil Wayne finally getting
That was
released.
crazy.
Well,
What?
figures.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah,
Got
man.
released from the
Cash Money Records.
Yeah.
What?
Figure settlement, boy.
Are you serious?
So he's no longer a part of Cash Money?
No, he has Young Money though.
Oh, Young Money's his own.
What happened?
Yeah.
Why did he?
Because he was trapped. You about the Lil Wayne being trapped in the deal, basically. He would never get his money. What do you mean?
the
Nah,
heck?
what plan have you been on?
I don't fuck with Lil Wayne like that. Like that's. I don't know.
Well, he was.
I'm not a fan of.
Well,
I'm not a fan of-
I was about to say like.
I'm sorry. I'm just. There's certain songs from his older albums, but me personally, I'm not a Lil Wayne fan.
Well, he hasn't released anything in so long because
Yeah.
of the fact that he wasn't getting his money from his album releases. Because Birdman was,
sizing him.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, you made $5 million? Here's $100K." I don't know. No, I'm just talking about ass, but like, yeah.
Damn.
So like with that, we can probably expect a new Lil Wayne project within the next few years.
Are you guys excited? Because I know I'm not.
He's getting old.
What do you mean?
I'm not.
I'm interested to see where he would be at after such a long time
Yeah.
out the game.
I'm excited.
I wonder if it's all new material or if it's just like stuff he been recorded and has been sitting this entire time.
I hope not.
Because if you think about it, because
it's gonna be dated as hell.
the way I see it, all right, so his hiatus is extremely long. Like if he drops a project now, it would have been a long time since the last time he dropped.
Well, he's been dropping like mixtapes.
Well, yeah, but like an actual like full length
Yeah.
album, like it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be
I don't-
very contrasting.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between a Lil Wayne album and a Lil Wayne mixtape. I don't know if he still talks about the same things or if he gets more personal with his own.
I just hope it's his style, because I know there was one point where he just pretty much, in my opinion, just hopped on the bandwagon with the skate culture, and he just tried to get, like he came out with that
No, I don't think-
streetwear brand.
I feel like
I don't think he tried. Like he's actually a
Yeah, he
really good
skates.
skater.
Yeah, he actually-
Like he didn't just try. Like he's actually.
But it's like before, like I didn't really get that from him, like the whole truck fit and everything.
That
Like
shit
that was
was
like a all of a
trash.
sudden.
Yeah, that
thing.
truck fit era was just.
Yeah. And that's what I think it was, like an error. Like I didn't like at first I kind of got that like that thug vibe or whatever. Like this rapper, he's rapping about stuff that he actually goes through. But then I kind of felt like it was just more for like the attention of the hype. Like, oh, this is gonna. Like,
Yeah.
It was.
But then you gotta understand, like, people's styles change.
Because
So I mean,
I think that because you could say that he might be going for the hype, but he was on Tyler's album, both of them hoes,
That's true.
and he wasn't rapping on no beat that niggas would think Lil Wayne would rap on.
yeah.
He was rapping on some jazzy shit.
Yeah, Cherry.
So you can never know. Like you never like him and Tyler might have some shit that he just hasn't released
Yeah. That's true.
that could be on his album.
'Cause he's not.
And if they have some shit, I want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Cause I love when they collab. I fucking love that shit.
Did you hear like the unreleased? Like is it? Well, yeah, I think it was what Smuckers was supposed to be or something like that.
Yeah,
Like, there was
it
a
was-
longer like rapping track. He just went off like. Oh no! What happened was Tyler was choosing people to collab with him like on the tracks, and he asked Lil Wayne to send him something, and he sent him the track. Like he didn't even call him back. He just sent him the track of him like rapping. And he just went off like the beat. He was like, "Yo, like I gotta hide him."
I also think that like with how long Wayne has been in the rap game, he might end up doing something similar to what Gucci did when he was released from jail. Cause Gucci came out and he's just like, yo, you know, all these new sounds, I fuck with it.
Songs laying around. I hope he doesn't release songs that like he made like in 2012, like he did with like T-Pain. You remember that whole T-Pain Lil Wayne shit?
I want to fucking, you know what'd be crazy?
What?
A Wayne and T-Pain album.
That already came out. What are you talking about?
No, like another one, like a new one.
Oh, because that one was trash. Like it sounded like
if
straight
Kanye
out
and
of
Jay-Z
2012.
released an album together?
If you had to choose one like really nice artist of today to do an album with T-Pain, who would it be?
I'm gonna
Chris
do
Brown.
T-Pain is.
Chris Brown.
I've never listened to T-Pain, so I don't know.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Chris Brown. He's more cohesive. With
Yeah,
that.
probably.
Chris
With
Brown.
T-Pain is nice.
Bro, you ever heard freeze like me?
Oh yeah, that was a nice song.
Bro, 2000. Y'all niggas don't know, bro. Me and Recital on that R&B shit.
Facts.
Me and Recital on that
Facts.
R&B shit back 2010,
You
2011,
feel me?
bro.
T-Pain
Y'all niggas
ushered
don't
in
know.
the auto-tune.
Yeah. Y'all niggas ain't listen to Can't Believe It? By Lil Wayne and T-Pain?
Matter of fact, put some auto-tune on my voice right now. Oh, damn. That's crazy. You got me out here looking crazy.
Alright. We've been going a little bit off track.
Alright, so next topic.
We went
Let's
from the
see.
Kanye thing to Kid Cudi, now we're talking about T-Pain.
I guess we can either talk about,
Well, I
Okay,
still
what?
think we should talk about the Kanye thing.
really, bro?
Oh, what?
Bro, there's a big thing about like, something I've realized.
Well, explain it to him.
Okay, I'm explaining it. No, it just seems like
False.
everyone likes the album. They've completely forgotten like all this the shit that everyone was outraged about.
Look,
Yeah,
listen, I think I went over
That's
this
what I
in the
was
first part.
saying.
He used
Has
that.
he been forgiven?
There was nothing to forgive.
Did you care?
Huh?
Did you care about it?
I did not care, bro. In my head,
Okay.
I'm thinking, okay, he's just saying all this shit. I'm gonna just let him say what he has to say and drop what he has to drop, and that's gonna be it.
Honest to
It
God.
It doesn't.
I said that in the first podcast.
Like, honestly-
I was like, whether people like him or not, they were gonna listen to it
To the-
anyways.
exactly.
Because not just because they're on his dick, but because of what he said. They're kind of looking. Well, at least me, I was looking for some explanation. You know, so it's not that I'm like. It's not that I'm just gonna like not F with him like at all, like anyways, because I don't think people should right off the bat call him racist like I said. But it's like I was looking for some explanation, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's in these albums that he's dropping, because you're kind of getting more of his feelings. That's what I was saying.
But
I mean-
did he even explain it? I didn't like at all. I don't. He mentioned it like, oh,
And that's
he went
why-
to TMZ, but he never actually
Exactly.
And
explained
that's
why.
the complete reason why I say everybody should just disregard that shit. Like,
But-
it's not that deep.
I honestly
really
don't think-
is
like,
not
he was
that deep.
he was saying that stuff. I'm like, and it was so much outrage. I
Well,
was like,
nah.
why do y'all people care? Why do we care so much?
Like,
Yeah.
if he really,
I like his art.
if he really meant
Why do you care
to,
so much about what he's saying?
Because
Exactly.
He's just saying some wild shit like he usually
Because
does. He
that's-
always does that.
Those are people's heroes, and that they care about what
but you gotta understand, if he really meant to hurt people's feelings and he really felt that way, don't you think he would be talking about that type of stuff from a long time ago and not just out of the blue?
No, but he has been, because he met up, before that, he met up with Trump before.
Yeah,
he
that
met
was
with Trump
recent.
before.
That was
he
recent.
did that.
That
No,
wasn't
he
that-
did that before.
that was like
before
mad long
Life
ago.
of Pablo. Like he did it before Life
But
of
let me-
Pablo.
but let
Like
me
it was a
ask
thing
you this.
already. So when it came back up, I'm like, why? What do you mean?
But listen,
He's
but
done this
listen,
before.
though. Do y'all think that he like there's millions of other things he could have done to get publicity? He could have called out people. He could, just like he did with the Taylor Swift shit. Even with that music video, right? With all those people laying in the bed or some shit.
Yeah.
That got him a lot of publicity. You
That
know?
it wasn't that much publicity.
Yeah, but it was still publicity.
It got him a lot of publicity because
Yeah.
he was the only nigga to play a music video at an award show.
Exactly. So it's like there are a million other ways he could have did it. Why'd you have to do it disrespecting the black community?
Because that's how he actually feels. That's him. That's him now. Like me, like I don't, it's not gonna affect me, but like that's him.
That's what I'm saying. I honestly,
Exactly.
it's,
Like, I'm
it's
not-
not
I'm
a
not-
big deal to me.
You can't just completely disregard it though.
Exactly.
I acknowledge it, but it's not gonna affect me to the point where, oh, fuck Kanye.
Nobody's
What the
saying
fuck?
that.
Why would you listen to
No,
him?
but there's
There was
nobody's
like
saying that.
there was
I've
like
been saying
there
that.
was like people in the tweets like when it came out and he's like it was some lady like she's mass certified and she's like big up with that political stuff. She's like, wow, all y'all people still listening to this.
Yeah, I
even
saw
after
that,
the things
like
he
the
said.
tweets.
I'm like, it was that big of
And
a
then
deal.
you also
that,
have to keep in mind, all of us are artists, so we're definitely gonna have a different mindset when it comes to listening to music. We're gonna look at both, viewpoints. Yeah, definitely drop that in the comment section, like what you think about it, because all of us, we're gonna have different, a unique viewpoint because we're artists already. Like I want to hear it from someone who just listens to things for feelings, I guess. I mean, I hate to put it that way.
Yeah, ask yourself, like, are you giving this nigga so much slack for no reason? Because the album wasn't even that fire.
Because
it wasn't that fire.
Stop.
It wasn't that fire.
Because it's like I was saying before, like you can compare this to someone disrespecting the gay community, and all of them are going to jump on it. Like if you call one of them a fag or you come for them, like it's gonna be a huge thing, and it's very similar to what he did. So it's like you're kind of looking for some compensation for it. Not that you should just right off the bat, not that you should be that pressed on it, but you at least want to know why.
Yeah. It's in human nature to want to know why things happen.
I just personally don't care too much.
didn't care.
Well, you guys,
I don't care to know why.
You guys also are the Kanye fanboys.
But also with Tyler,
it's not even that. It's
there
just
was a
like
big thing about Tyler saying.
No, but Tyler explains himself.
Okay, he explained it, but even when it first came out and he was saying it a lot, and people, why is he saying it? I didn't care.
I thought that was what he was saying. Music, not fag.
No, yeah, that's when he was saying that. Yeah, when he was saying fag, even though he was friends with Frank Ocean. But he said that Frank Ocean didn't mind it.
Yeah, like.
And you gotta understand, like in the rap game,
like,
a lot of artists say
but
things that aren't.
That doesn't have the same weight as like what Kanye said.
Why does that not have the same weight?
Because
it's the person who's putting that much weight into it. It's the person.
No.
Well, not necessarily, because look, when Tyler said those things, it was in the songs, and as you may know, in a rap song, people say outrageous things, but because it's a rap song, it's justifiable.
So
Kanye saying those things that he said just on record, just in a regular conversation, it's a little different. It's a lot different.
In a song, it's just exempt.
No, it's not exempt. It's just understandable because that's
Obviously,
the rap
it's
culture.
not exempt because niggas were still talking about it and asking why he said fag, and he explained himself.
Exactly.
And he explains himself. Alright, like the way how he explains himself is the way how he uses the word fag is not in a gay slur. He literally uses it as like saying nigga or like it's like how black people turn nigger into nigga. He turned faggot into you're stupid, like insulting someone, but not necessarily about their sexuality. So at the end of the day, they're both artists. They both have outrageous opinions, but one explained themselves and one didn't. That's the difference.
I guess if you're looking for an explanation, that makes sense.
I don't even think it's a matter of that. I just feel like they're both artists. They said outrageous shit. One used a certain medium and the other used a certain medium. Tyler used rap.
Yeah, but either way, they both had to explain themselves.
Either way,
I know, but
a whole group of people.
If
like,
it was
I don't agree on that whole explaining thing. It's just that the way people take it is based on how they expressed it. Tyler using rap to say those things, it's justifiable because that's part of the rap culture. They say derogatory shit and don't necessarily mean it. Kanye speaking on certain things and saying certain things in a regular conversation, that's completely different.
Yeah. But
That's why he would probably have to explain himself.
No, I think
Tyler said fag like before, like it was in songs, like he said fag just talking.
Yeah,
So,
like he's in daily conversation, just like he uses the N-word. But Tyler uses it towards another individual, like one-on-one. But what Kanye was saying, he was describing a whole group of people, right?
And you know what? We could even put because Tyler had a controversial incident which had the same thing to do with the black community when he had the Mountain Dew commercial, and it was the GOAT basically fucking like fought this girl, and she was looking at the lineup at the police precinct, and it was all black people.
Yeah.
But it's just all Tyler's friends, and he put them in the commercial, and he lost the whole deal. He got banned from a fucking country. and Mountain Dew's never gonna work with him, and that also fucks it up for any other company that's gonna try to work for him. So I'm saying, why are we holding a fucking teenager that's using his friends in a commercial to a higher standard to a grown ass man that should know what the fuck he's trying to say and should know how to explain himself? That makes no sense to me. And supposedly Kanye is for the artistic person, then the artistic person should know that you like you can't just say crazy shit and not explain yourself. Because even with fucking paintings,
he can say crazy shit. It's just the way people take it that's gonna affect whether or not he has to explain himself. Because think about it, if he said all that shit and people just didn't care, there's no reason to explain himself.
No, people do care.
Exactly, which is why people think he should explain himself.
This kind of reminds me of when Kylie Jenner put out those line of T-shirts and she had her face plastered over almost like every like major artist, like even the older like rock stars. And people were pissed about that. They're like, "What are you doing?" Like we could say, like you said, like, why do we care? Like, why do you guys care? You don't have to buy it. But it's like you got to look at what she's doing. Like in a way you're disrespecting legends. Like we don't have to care. We don't have to buy it. But it's like many people are going to care. Like it's almost like it's a part of them. Like it's a part of their history. It's a part of their culture. Like you can't just. It's not something you can just unsee or dismiss. You got to be that type of person, like in slavery, you can't just dismiss that at all because it's something that still has an impact on history today, like.
I think the difference though is that like Kylie she's young, like Tyler, Tyler's young, so that's fine. They're kind of like us, we don't know everything, but Kanye's older. The boy's 40. Like he should at least be more aware of like, the shit that he says.
I don't get why his fans...
I don't care how big of an artist, like I know, like even we're artists, but we don't, like we wouldn't say nothing outlandish as that. Like
if it's not our true opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if he's a true artist and he's saying, all right, if he's a true artist and you guys think that he's just saying that just for clout or whatever, why would a true artist need to do that?
Yeah, especially someone like Kanye, like people don't listen to his shit.
Regardless.
Yeah, I feel like in a way he was trying to test like how much clout he does have. Like we can compare it to what we were talking about earlier with Supreme, right? Like they just put out anything. Like they can put out anything and people still gonna buy that shit.
They can put out a brick, people it will sell out in 2 seconds.
Like in a way, I kind of feel like he was trying to see like what would happen if he does just like just say anything in a way. But I felt like he should have kept in mind like the people that he was affecting while he was just saying anything.
I'm sure he had a complete idea of who he was gonna affect.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No.
Because even when T.I. did an interview where he was...
Oh yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, I didn't think it would."
Yeah, he didn't even, his grown ass didn't think that he would be affecting his own race.
I think in his head, he's more focused, like, with all that shit that happened, I think he was more focused on seeing what would happen if he acted without taking into consideration his position. Like, okay, I'm a really well-known artist. I have this to hold up for. I have certain companies. I have products. I got, a face. And, people like that, they're held to a certain standard in society and they can't do certain things. They can't say certain things. And I feel like he just forgot about all that and wanted to see what would happen if he just acted normal.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking about, because it's like, how people are like, oh, I miss the old Kanye, I miss this, because I was listening to St. Pago the other day, I Love Kanye, like that little track, like, oh, I miss the old Kanye, I miss the soul, that. So it's like, is he in a way like this is me trying to understand why he's doing what he's doing, like is he in a way like he's tired of giving people what they want, like is this him just trying to be raw like as possible, so whatever comes to mind he's just like, I'm gonna act on it, whatever, and that's why maybe he doesn't have an explanation?
I think that's what it is. I feel like he's just tired of conforming to what everybody feels like he should do instead of being his own person.
So but the question I had was just like, at what cost though? Like you can still do your own thing, but like do you have to affect many others like in that process? Like do you have to disrespect?
I just feel like at this point he doesn't like. I guess once people get a certain amount of recognition, they feel like an artist. Oh, well, when are you gonna put this album out? Why didn't you put this album out? Hurry up and put out an album. Like the artist doesn't have to put out shit if they don't want to. So like, I feel like he's just taking back that power. Like, oh, I don't have to do certain things if people ask me.
That makes sense, but the way how he's doing it, for me, I've said this before, I'll say it again, like, I feel like Kanye, Jaden Smith, like those niggas, they just want to do different shit just to fucking be different. Like, they not doing different shit because they are different. It's just, it's so forced. Like, those are the type of niggas that'll go fucking piss outside next to a bathroom. Because they want to be fucking different.
Art.
But it's like, if there's no need to be different and the way that you are, like, if you're not actually some crazy different person who would say some shit like that.
But that's the thing, what gives the drive to be different? Like, what would cause somebody to be different?
Because obviously
just to stand up.
Yeah.
Does he feel like he was acting?
Stand out from the generalized norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to be different, they would have to force themselves into a different lifestyle, correct?
Yeah, but if you're not different,
You're contradicting yourself though. Like if you want to, you're saying people act a certain way in society, right? And those classified as different have to go against the grain. They have to force themselves into a certain
no, I'm not
lifestyle.
saying they have to force themselves. I'm saying that
You don't just naturally change if there's a common thing.
No, but some people
I'm
they don't
naturally,
naturally.
naturally, I'm different from most fucking
Yeah.
black kids. Naturally, I didn't force myself to like skateboard. I didn't force myself to want to play the guitar. I didn't force myself to like that shit. He didn't force himself to be a painter. You
No,
don't
but that's the
force
thing.
yourself
Like
to be a
not
artist.
exactly like force yourself. Like oh,
No, but that's what they're doing.
No.
He's forcing himself to be different.
So in his
I don't
opinion,
think-
he kind of feels like Kanye isn't. He isn't, because what I was saying is
He's doing it for the wrong reasons.
Is it him just like saying fuck it, I'm gonna just be me, like he said on his album, like fuck it, I'm gonna do me, you know, or he's saying is it him like putting on this facade like I just want to stand out, you know? It does it go along with the publicity thing, like I want to stand out, I want to be on top again, because we do know he's selfish and shit.
I feel like there's
You
a
know?
difference between having one like previous lifestyle and then doing everything to go against that, and then going into like, you know, liking whatever you like naturally and then living that lifestyle. So forcing yourself to go against how you previously lived, that would be what I consider forcing yourself to be different. Whereas, you know, naturally liking certain things and then making that become part of you, I feel like that's what some of these artists are trying to do.
The point is, I don't think we will ever really know, but I think that's why a lot of people who even didn't like him listened to the album, because they wanted to know, you know, like, why is he doing this? Is it because is it because this is how he was the whole time? Was he, you know, quote unquote, a
Faking
coon?
it.
You know, was he a coon, or is this just him asking for attention? You know, and if it is him asking for attention, why the hell did you have to disrespect all these people? To get
On the
this
last
attention?
note, I think it was just the final straw for a lot of people because they saw him meet with Trump. He married a white woman. She's Caucasian. What are you talking about?
She's not like white.
Her mom's white and her dad is another thing, but she's Caucasian.
She's from the mountains of
Her race,
Caucasus,
her ethnicity,
a Slavic nation.
her ethnicity might be fucking some Armenian shit,
Yeah,
but her race,
Oppressors.
ethnicity and race is different things. Come on,
Colonizers.
Yeah.
We know this. This nigga's Peruvian, but that doesn't mean that he's a Caucasian Peruvian. That's
You
what
gonna
he
get
is.
us out of jail
She's
one
a
day.
Caucasian Armenian girl.
Like, dog.
So, so basically, that was the last straw because he married a Caucasian woman with black girl features, and then he did this shit. So on the last note, we won't know. We'll never know. Niggas gonna be mad. Niggas not gonna care. Whatever. It's like whatever now.
So on to our. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
What do you guys feel about these short albums?
I think he said something about 7 is a lucky number. Some shit.
Jalen, you were telling me something
It's
about
so
that
corny.
too.
If that's really the reason.
No, it is actually a lucky number. Like
Yeah, I know, but like really, like
You know,
that's why you
Number
pick 7.
Kanye is supposedly a gospel artist, so like the 7, even in Christianity, the number 7 is like really popular.
I didn't know that.
Like it's like 11:11. You know, 11:11. Whenever it's 11:11, there's an angel present, so you have to make a wish.
Oh,
Yeah, and on that same religious note, I think he said he named the album because Yay is the most frequent word in the Bible, or something like that, or name in the Bible.
Yeah.
So.
Because yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, like it's because you know the Bible is basically Shakespearean language, and they always say yea instead of you or he or he. Yeah.
But is it so? Are we good off that? Like off that topic? Like for now, I guess.
What I do want to get into, do you guys think that the whole Pusha T and Drake beef should have ended like that?
Yeah. I don't mind how it ended. Pusha fired that shot back and it was done. Like, there's no point. Like, if Drake was gonna respond 1 or 2 days, then yeah, all right, cool.
There's no
After 3 days, bro,
that's over.
you're missing in action.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Now the worst comes to worst, is gonna diss him in the album. Then it's gonna be.
You feel me? Then that's corny.
You wasted a track on the album to diss a nigga. Then this nigga
Now, if
gonna
it's-
drop a single.
If it's a whole track dissing him, it's corny. If it's like one line, like a one-liner that's subtle, I wouldn't mind it.
I still think it's corny.
yeah, like
It's to a certain degree, it's still corny, but if it's not like a whole track, it's not as bad.
But then again, Drake has done that before. Drake,
Facts.
literally every song there's always gonna be a couple of lines dissing some nigga that he don't like. I think that's why I don't really like Drake that much.
Although
Because it's very like pussyfooting.
him and Meek are kind of cool now, I think. Like I think they settled that.
You think they're gonna team
He's
up?
I think
Not team up necessarily,
the way
but
how Meek was explaining it in his interviews, I think their own like it's like not really a frenemy complex, but like we good, but don't do no shit. Like
yeah,
I
like
don't
we
actually-
good, but don't cross the line again.
Exactly, like we're good right
It's
now.
like when niggas fight. Like
Exactly.
you fist fight and we're not friends, but we're not beefing.
Exactly. I think it's like one of
Yeah.
those. Like when all these interviews keep asking Meek like, "Oh, does that mean a collab?" Like, he's like, "Nah, probably not." But you know,
Like we good.
like
Like
maybe we'll get in the.
we handled our shit when it happened, and that's that.
It's just I don't know. It's just, I felt like he felt like disrespected by Drake, and he was just calling him out on Twitter like,
Exactly.
you disrespected me by doing that. Like I asked you, my homie, to do it, not Quentin Miller. And then that hurt.
I think this really like negatively affected Drake because I think he was supposed to release like this whole Adidas collab, and like the name of the collab was supposed to be his son. He was gonna he was gonna reveal his son to like the world.
This is my son, my son.
These are my.
That's fucked up in a way, but
It is fucked up. It's like using your son to sell some shoes.
yeah.
But now he's a fucking meme. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like Drake has been a meme before, but like it wasn't stuff that could ruin him. But
Yeah.
this is
This
is
is really bad.
Yeah.
There's no coming back.
And it's
Especially with
like-
how long he waited.
I feel like
I actually don't care like if his album's good or not. I'm just like, yeah, this is just a blow. Like this is
Yeah.
actually literally just a blow.
Like I think that was like the best like thing that he could have done, because the reason why Drake is so damn popular is because the ladies fucking like that nigga like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
You
that
know?
they hear this.
And then like, cause he made that "Nice for What" song, trying to empower women.
Yeah, because
But-
when you think about it, he
yeah.
definitely probably has more female
No, he definitely does.
Oh,
He
yeah,
does.
he does.
More
He
female
definitely does.
demographic, cause you know.
even my mom listens to him. I didn't know that.
For real?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bro, best I ever had, bro. One dance,
Facts.
like that shit was.
Don't forget.
Just.
Oh,
I think that was like his biggest song. Like
No,
at the time,
no,
at
that's
the
a
time when
time.
that came out, that was like his biggest.
Pretty
song.
sure like "Take Care" or "Marvin's Room" is probably his biggest song.
No.
Even Crew.
I mean now, yeah, but I'm saying when
Well,
that's.
No, I don't think that one's that big, but it's up there.
I'm saying when
It's
Cold
probably
On
like
Come
top
Home came out.
five.
I mean, yeah, obviously, whenever a song comes out, I think right now, "Nice for What" is what all the girls are listening to.
or
But, like-
live with the whole
Yeah.
dance that they're doing. Yeah.
I think his biggest song to date, like that was most popular, was probably that song with Rihanna.
Take
Yeah. Good for you. No.
Oh, Control? No,
Yeah,
not Control.
no. One Dance. Was it One Dance?
No,
No,
Too
Too
Good
Good for
Too
You.
Good.
Yeah, it's Too Good. I'm way too good.
But I don't think that's that big.
No, what's the song you did with Rihanna?
No, I'm talking about.
Take care.
It was on Views.
No,
Take Care.
it was on Views.
They did two different.
That's crazy that we're naming all his big
on
songs.
Views.
It's crazy.
Too Good is on Views.
So
He has two big songs with Rihanna. He has
Too Good.
He has Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's her song. It's her
My
song.
Name.
It was too good. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's her song. It's her song.
No, it wasn't a Drake song. It was
It's
her
her
song.
song.
She's a feature. But he's a feature. Bro, they were in the club, bro.
Yeah, and then
they were in the Jamaican
on
club.
it, and he was like, oh.
Or the music video.
Is it called What's My Name?
No, dude, it's new. It's not too new.
And it's Rihanna's song?
Too good. It's Rihanna's song.
Yeah, it's a Rihanna song. Word.
That's a crazy snap. That's definitely
Oh, yeah, like what I was saying. Now, how the women are singing it, damn bad. Because he has a big take, like, maybe, I don't know if he's financially taking financially, but it's like he's just showing that. It's just pretty kind of wild.
I don't watch him like that, but I watch him like that. I kind of story on a lot. I kind of really.
Joe Budden is the realest.
He shouldn't have done it.
A lot of people
You think people are gonna?
well, at least he
Alright, question. You guys enjoy listening to artists that speak on what they live or artists that speak on a certain persona? And kind of like have to both of you like a portrayed persona, like not necessarily what they actually is, but something that they create for the yeah.
It's kind of like the J.
Kind of sort of like, would you, for example, like, cause when I mentioned the Joe Budden line, I was like, damn, he's a real nigga, like, him, 50 Cent, The Game, that's just like, as far as like raw, like real, like about that nigga, like those three are on the list.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know,